Hi everyone, Dr. Veera here with Brain Body Voice Systems. Okay, what's the topic today? I want to address flow state on demand or on command. Can you self-facilitate that flow state? So Brain Body Voice Systems has some value in that, meaning that we address 3 systems that I want you to be able to lock into phase so they're all harmonious. That neural feedback loop, the ready, set. So the most simple way to say it is, what's your ready, set before you go? And the goal here is ready, set, activate BBV so that you're optimally ready to get into that flow state. The 3 systems: sympathetic, parasympathetic, oxygen response. How does that translate in performance of what we're going to do in the next step after getting our baseline? Is physical plus cognitive together. How can we assess if those are working in sync with each other simultaneously? So, and without a device, basically. So the device becomes your voice, and we can assess through that way. So let's just review what we addressed in the IG series. The live IG was how to get your baseline. So you all learned how to breathe in. You can go back to the IG series. I'll put a link in the description. But you all learned how to breathe in, inhale, by activating the transversus abdominis muscle. Now that muscle is still critical, especially on the exhale. You need a breath force in order to activate these systems that I talk about, okay? So to get into that flow state. Now the way to assess it is our next challenge. It's the exhale challenge, okay? So once you get that baseline, you draw in with the transverse abdominis muscle. I constantly do this because I want you to stay tall. And as you stay tall on the inhale, you're also going to stay tall on the exhale. So here's the challenge. Can you say the alphabet in one breath? So take that draw in breath for the baseline, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now what's interesting is I spoke that. I did in spoken word, okay? Speaking. Now I want you to voice it, if you want to take this challenge, in singing the alphabet, singing the ABCs. It will create a more disciplined activation of that transverse abdominis muscle, because it will be activated on the exhale. Okay, that's the best way to activate the transversus. We want that transversus abdominis muscle to continually activate and efficiently. Okay, so we talked about effort versus stress. This is an efficient flow of that transversus. So in singing, it's a different pathway. So for instance, I'll do it again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z, all in one breath. And that should give you a different feeling from when you just speak it, okay? So try those, and then just know that the terms that I work with the folks, that we set the thresholds of performance for everyone, from kids to seniors to athletes to singers, is our special operations guys talk about dial up and dial down. So that's within a range of performance. So it's a peak, and then you have a resting phase, but I make sure not to say relaxed, because the rest means that we can quickly activate back into performance. Okay, so that means it's dial up, dial down, but don't check out. Okay, and we've been working with various metrics that can prove that we can dial up, dial down that state of performance, arousal states, without actually checking out and going into rest and digest. That's a whole different system, opposed to that performance of what we want to do. So if you want more challenges, then we do have the BBV with the ABC series. I'm going to put in one of the videos here, so you will see it's Dr. Brave. It's a caterpillar that turns into a butterfly when you actually achieve activating the BBV on both the inhale and exhale, using the voice as basically the built-in device to help you know if you're doing it right. And the beauty of it is let's say you did the ABCs once, that we asked the challenge of say it in one breath, and then you had some hesitations in there. Well, what that means is that's potential for you to do better and optimize further the potential within yourself on how to activate your optimal performance. Once you get that baseline, and then you do the step 1, and you start getting the challenges with the BBV with the ABCs, I'll put the link in for the video series, then you can then get closer to knowing that you've hit and you are able, actually, let's say it this way, that you are able to self-facilitate flow state on demand. And then we can increase what the pressure of performance, whether it's physical or high performance, like on a stage in a performance, then you can start assessing how well you do in each level of performance, and then we'll slowly give you more with physical movements on how to activate what we call a bigger dose, basically. It's all natural within your body, a higher intensity of your flow state. Okay, and the dog just came up. Hi. Okay, so I gotta go throw the ball for the dog. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Hope that's helpful, and thank you for being on this series. It's not live, but I will still try to look at the comments and answer what questions you have. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.